This XFL Week 3 Picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBet. WynnBet is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBet has what you need to win. Sign up today, bet 100, get 100 at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions apply. We're also brought to you by the College Basketball Experience. March Madness is heating up, and you need to subscribe to the College Basketball Experience. It's awesome, baby.
This is Jerry Glanville, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. How extreme are we still feeling? I mean, is the league still extreme? I'm starting to sour on the XFL. I'm holding on. My Seattle Sea Dragons are not performing as well as I expected, but I love the discount we can get.
Joining us to talk, he's our extreme expert, Colby Dant, aka formerly the Dantabase. What's happening, Colby?
I'm a totals guy.
This is weird. So this is a gender identity shift right here. You're going from a spread guy to a totals guy.
You, Kramer and Colby.
Let me show everyone. I'll
show off your XFL gambling podcast T-shirts.
Yeah, start doing the show like McAfee. Get the
available in the store, store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. I'm wearing my sweet ass first half unders shirt. Also available.
Stand up, Sean. Let people. Let's see that. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, beautiful.
Give me a solo, right?
Oh wow, right there, boom. Look at that thing. Get the mic out of the way. Get the mic out. Get the mic out of the way.
Got DJs only on the rim. Love it.
Yeah.
Nice rim job there, huh?
Well, you know, I don't want to take credit for any of Jake's rim jobs. So nice work by Jake on the
amazing rim jobs by Jake, the merch guy.
Jobs. I mean, look. I think one of the greatest moves we've made in the past.
That is a disgusting act.
One of the best moves we've made as a company is giving Jake the keys to the merch store.
Oh, he's been killing. He's been killing it. And again, we got the St. Patrick's Day shirts up. We have, like I said, the first half unders, college basketball experience, the SGP, the ask me about the third leg of my parlay. That is an ultimate Vegas shirt, right? Like that's a great icebreaker. Walking around. Remember the one shirt our buddy Ruben used to have? That was a great Vegas shirt. That one it was a different time. It was maybe like 10 years ago. and it just says, "This guy loves cock." And it was an arrow pointing to someone, and you could just stand next to your buddy and let the world know. Again, it was a simpler time back then.
I have a visual of walking into.
I have a photo of me with my arm around Ruben with the arrow pointing to myself.
I was gonna say, I feel like we were like in that open area at the back of the Venetian Sportsbook, and just sitting there with this guy loves the cock. So
Benedict Dantold checking in. The world leaders in XFL handicapping. Sean, of course, sides. Colby totals. Kramer disgruntled, and we haven't. I'm
sorry. Are you 6-2 overall ATS in the XFL, Colby? Honestly, if Seattle didn't exist, I'd be undefeated. I've gotten Seattle wrong both weeks, and it was my lock both weeks. Only loss. I've gotten 2 losses.
Here's what I find fascinating, guys: is
that you're the host of the XFL Gambling Podcast, and we're destroying you.
Long season. Well, hopefully, long season. Well, Seattle's the best offensive team, but they're I find all these stats crazy.
Look,
it's your problem. You're looking at stats.
Real quick before Colby gets into his stats, what we're looking at here, what Colby's looking at, is a Google sheet that he has compiled himself.
Oh yeah.
So okay, now I just wanted to set the stage for everyone.
XFL week 1, 513 yards per game per both teams playing, right? Week 2, They went down to 455 yards per game. Now, here's the thing: is that I think people said, well, there's cold weather games. Seattle's game was cold. Vegas was at Cashman Field and it was raining and the field was in bad conditions. That was the common complaint when I tweeted this out, Sean, is that, of course, Colby, you should know this. You should know this. Cold football, that the offenses won't be as good when cold football. Not true, because those are the two biggest offensive games from week 2. The two lowest offensive games occurred on Sunday: the Brahmas and the Guardians, and the Arlington Renegades and the Houston Roughnecks. So make sure you know what the hell you're talking about. All right, and I do find those numbers. What do you think? Why do you think the numbers went so far down from week 1 to week 2?
Sorry, I had to take a picture of Colby's spreadsheet and post it on social media. At Kramer said,
no, I honestly think any of these numbers are tough to pull from because it's just a small sample size. Like there's literally
but why does
we're only playing 4 games at a time.
True, but there was only 4 games in the USFL a year ago, and their numbers went up almost every week.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like combined, those are 8 total games.
Yeah,
I think it's just tough to find. Like we need to play thousands of games of spring football before we can actually start seeing some trends. I just think there's a ton of moving parts as far as like what.
I think the one thing that stands out is bad offensive line play.
Yeah, I mean, I think
sure, but I think more just to trends in general. Like think about what the NFL season is. Each team's playing 17 games. There's like 272 games overall.
Yeah.
So you have
it's
enough.
Tough to find it. Well, and especially with an offensive line, I think it's tough to find cohesion, right? You have a guy who probably doesn't know the offense, and then you have a center who's calling out protection with 4 other guys he's never played offensive line with. I mean, why were the Eagles so good? Why did they get to the Super Bowl? Part of the reason was they had a very good offensive line with a shit ton of continuity. Like there's no continuity.
But my point is, I'm comparing it to the USFL, which I find that the line play was a lot better in the USFL than the XFL.
Me, the more like other than looking at actual stats, because I'm with Sean. The sample size is way too small, and so whatever you're seeing, it could just be anomalies that over the course of 10 seasons we'll see blend out. I think the storyline that's more interesting to me is like the preparedness of these teams. Like I agree with you. I think had you asked me this after 1 week, I would have been like, it's about the same. But now that we're deeper into the season and I'm seeing some of these XFL teams regress, and remembering what we saw at least from the top half of the offenses in the USFL, I agree with your thesis, which is like this league isn't as good, which I think is what you're trying to say.
No, I mean I just
it's not as good.
No, I mean look, it's a little more gimmick. Yeah, the quarterback play and offensive line plays a lot of the same guys. Worse. Yeah,
a lot of the same guys, but somehow the gameplay isn't as good. Obviously, playing in a AA baseball stadium with spray painted grass.
I'm in favor of more of those personally.
If the Rock's involved, we can't half-ass this shit.
Also, I would say this: where is the Rock? Where has the Rock been? How is he not at these games?
Got
Roger Goodell.
G5's coming out.
Roger Goodell, again, greatest commissioner of the greatest organization in professional sports. He's there.
He's trying to bother me.
He's putting his face on the product. No, all joking aside, the Rock needs to be promoting the XFL more.
Moose Johnston was way more in my face. I assume he was the same position.
Where is the Rock? Like part of the thing is, hey, the Rock bought the XFL. Awesome. Why is he not doing the coin toss at these games? Why aren't they doing a stunt where the Rock pops up at every game?
Why isn't he blocking or playing for the Orlando Guardians?
Yes. Why is he not the quarterback one week? Why not?
All this talk of the 54th man or whatever. Rock, you didn't make the team. Don't you want that dream? I mean, Sean and the Rock shared a dream, and they both failed at it.
I actually probably got more playing time at Freedom High School than the Rock did.
Oh,
check the record books. Well, JV. I definitely played more in JV. Did he ever score a touchdown for the JV alternate team? I don't think so. Hey, if you're looking to bet on the XFL, NBA, NHL, college basketball, March Madness, we're going mad over here with so much content. Just put out our conference tournament previews. We got more on the way. Daily Picks podcast. So many ways to win. So much action. March is here. Get fired up and go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. Bet big, win bigger, and of course, bet 100, get 100. State restrictions apply, and of course, spin that parlay wheel. Every parlay means a new spin on the wheel. And of course, you hit the longest parlay of the week, you get $1,000 free credit. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at WynnBet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBet is available. If you're somebody who knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Serial in the YouTube chat checking in, saying Ryan's XFL picks are almost as bad as my best ball team I drafted last night. Kramer's XFL picks. We can go on record. Kramer is 6-2, 75%. It's very impressive to go 3-1 both weeks and 0-2 on your locks. I mean, again, that's very hard to do.
Seattle. That's
of course.
Seattle.
We're this far into the show, and I have not mentioned 4-0 straight up. 4-0 against the spread. Hit my lock. Hit my dog.
I mean, Serial had 5 tight ends. Just so we're on the same page.
He did in a best ball draft.
5 tight ends. Maybe it was only 4. No, I think it was 5 tight ends.
That's too many tight ends.
Yeah. So I mean, 6-2 not equal to 5 tight ends.
Yes. So yeah, and forgot I also hit my parlay.
Oh no.
Houston -4.5 and the Brahmas -3. Never in doubt. Any big takeaways, Colby, so far from the league as far as the teams itself?
Oh, they all suck.
Well, Terrell Buckley, classic.
Oh yes,
classic. Like, what's wrong?
So, some coaches, they go easy. They're worried about losing the locker room. Terrell Buckley is the complete opposite of that guy. He sounded to me like my high school football coach.
So no blame to himself for the fact that maybe they're the worst team in the whole league, but blames says I need new players. I need a whole new team.
Do we want to?
I need to put out guys there that want to play. It's like, wow.
Do you want me to play it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. One of the things I find great about what he said too.
All right,
here we go. Yeah, let's play it.
Let me make sure. Yeah, all right.
Welcome back to Orlando here with Coach Buckley. Coach, how do you change this momentum?
We got to get different guys in there. Obviously, I got guys out there that are not competing, that are not making plays. So we got to get people in there, young men that want to play, that want to compete and make plays.
I just saw you walk up and down this sideline and look some guys in their faces. What did you see out of your team?
I'm seeing guys not performing. Look at the scoreboard. They got to perform.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
I mean, first off, I would love to know the number. How many plays did they have 10 guys on the field?
Are you saying coaches have a little accountability here? They should be
have some fucking accountability. Like, come on, you got 10 guys on the field on a block punt. Yeah, you got to block somebody. All right. How do you fuck that up? I understand he asked the player. That was great. He was mic'd up. He asked the player, and the player goes, I didn't realize. I didn't realize it was my essentially they were punting. And
how do you forget you're on punt team? You've been sitting around. You've been working at like a Quiznos for the past 5 years. All of a sudden they're like, "Hey, we're gonna pay you to play football." You go, "Are you serious?"
How many times have you heard me say this? Players fucking up those types of deals is a product of bad coaching. You're not spending the time.
You're either coaching it up or you're allowing it to happen.
No, or you're just not coaching the basics. Like, you don't know how to build out a coaching program and you forget to go over the basics. And maybe these guys are knuckleheads or idiots and they are that stupid that they wouldn't know that their one chance to go play. I watch it every weekend. I watch these kids. Hey, it's your chance to get in the game.
But they're children, Ryan.
What do you think these people are?
They're not. Well, they've already failed at other professional football.
I hear you. I'm saying
they should. Almost certainly, right?
It is more of a failure of coaching to me than the players.
What I loved is DeAndre Francois mic'd up, telling his tight end to shut the fuck up in the huddle.
Yeah,
that was fun.
That was great.
For the most part, though, I would say the mic'd up thing is annoying.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much crosstalk, and even I, classic football guy, I'm not going to memorize the Battlehawks playbook and be like, okay. I'm not getting anything out of it.
Thank you for saying this, because also, can you get rid of the interviews in the middle of the game? You're going to ask the head coach something. Get that shit out of the game. No one wants that.
I don't think it's adding to the experience. And this is when I'm driving around on the weekend, driving my wife crazy by listening to the XFL. It's really hard to listen to because all they do is broadcast the TV audio feed. They don't have separate radio play-by-play announcers. XFL, we're here for you guys. We're audio specialists. We can give
someone reach out to the XFL.
Yeah, come on. That's Bush League. We'll
DeAndre Francois, that's a bold move to tell your team to shut the fuck up when you go 6 of 13. 6 completions.
Well, he needs people to listen.
6 completions for 8 yards, averaging 0.6 yards a completion. Stretch the field for a nice 4-yard pass.
It's a pretty sweet A-dot.
Let's just focus on the lemonade here. We nailed the worst team in the league.
Oh, Orlando.
By a mile.
Actually, no. I think
What?
we might have some competition.
No.
We have a toilet bowl that is occurring this weekend. We'll talk
With
on
an
it in a
8.5 point spread.
And
don't care.
That should tip my hand right there.
Orlando is the worst team by a mile. They don't have a quarterback. You need a quarterback. Don't have a quarterback. All right. You want to talk games?
Let's get
Sean?
to it. Yeah.
All right. Again, we in the podcast, we talk about all this consistency with content, and when we're watching the XFL, just throw a fucking grenade every week. This week, we're with the 1 game Saturday formation, 3 game Sunday.
Oh, you kidding me?
Why would you not put it on Thursday or Friday? Hey, conference tournaments are happening on Sunday.
This is so fucking stupid.
Why would you go head to head?
4 p.m. on Saturday. I'm standing strong with my Seattle Sea Dragons. Sean, their future has dipped all the way to 8-1. Colby, we can bury the lead. I assume you will be buying some of this future with me. 8-1. It reminds me of the 9-1 I had on the New Jersey Generals before that turned into a big steaming pile of shit. -3 for the Sea Dragons as they head to Las Vegas to take on the Vipers, who are 750 to win the championship. +140 on the money line for the Vipers, -165 for the Sea Dragons. 38.5 is the total.
Cashman Field.
I've learned nothing. Yeah, we're going to the AA field. Wait,
did you see where they put the broadcasters? they like build just like a bunch of metal rods with a booth on top.
If I was ESPN,
Well, they don't have a scissor lift they can put the guys up in.
I mean, ESPN is at a critical point in its existence in college football and all this stuff, and they're putting the Fox is so badly murdering just the quality of production.
Yeah.
Whether it's the live stats,
I even think college basketball Fox kills it.
Angles.
Yeah.
I really don't know what they're doing, but yeah, will the grass be green? We've been getting some rain out in Vegas.
Me, CJ Sullivan and Justin Mark offered to spray paint the field with them if they would let me interview Rod Woodson.
J Mark is a big time grass guy.
He's from Iowa. He's a grass specialist. He could probably improve those grass conditions. Give the guy a weekend.
We need to get Steve Shermer on from the Golf Gambling Podcast because that guy actually really does.
That's true.
Know his grass.
It's like when we were watching that Forensic Files, that murder on the on the golf course where they found like the grass came from the Bahamas.
Like, oh yeah,
remember that?
The Grass Gambling Podcast with J Mark and Steve Shermer.
Yeah, just talking about different turf options. You can't make the Sea Dragons a road favorite.
Why not?
You just can't.
Oh, you're crazy.
Have you watched?
At some point,
you're talking to a guy. I'll tell you what's crazy is
I'm going back to the well.
Danuch. Look,
hey, no surprise that I'm wearing Sea Dragon colors over here.
Yeah. Dude, you got it.
Which, by the way, we have the XFL Gambling Podcast shirts, and all 8 color schemes are available in the merch store.
I've spent a long time explaining to you. Ben DiNucci is on the take. His uncle is out of the Chicago outfit. I've done some research. How can you bet on a guy Ben DiNucci as a road favorite?
Our friend June Jones.
I love how he said
friend.
Outfit. I haven't heard something being referred to as an outfit in a long time.
I love June Jones, but his team, they'd fuck up a wet dream, as my high school football coach used to say.
Josh Gordon just looks like a.
At some point, the numbers have to speak for themselves.
Yeah,
they're the best offense in this league by far.
The numbers are they're 0-2.
That's true.
0-2 straight up, 0-2 against the spread, and they've earned the to be a road favorite. Vipers, let's go.
It's like Ben Stiller in dodgeball.
Yes.
That's Sean right now.
Yeah.
No, I mean, come on. This to me is just a fate of Ben DiNucci.
If someone could make that into a GIF,
The fumbling alone. How can you take Ben DiNucci?
the fumbling's a problem. Hopefully they fix that.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Hopefully they fix that. When it comes to the quarterback being addicted to fumbling, is not something you say when you're taking a road favorite. You guys are taking crazy pills. This is insane.
Regression will favor us.
Yeah, and it's not that Vegas Viper offense wasn't setting the world on fire.
Both teams
They don't
are
have to. This game's gonna be ugly as shit. It's gonna be 8-9 final, and the Vipers are gonna cover by getting 3 points.
There are 3 winless teams in the XFL. One of them, we're getting an amazing discount on them to win the championship. The other 2 suck. Give me the Sea Dragon. Which, by the way, I have a officially issued XFL issued Sea Dragon shirt coming. And to make sure that everyone who follows the XFL knew I was cool, I got the secondary logo, Sean. So, XFL hipster over here. Let's head over to Sunday. So we're all the XFL sharps are on Seattle. Sean is on Vegas.
Take the over too. I'm a numbers guy.
No, that's a total. Don't screw up your own.
I'm a numbers guy.
Sorry.
No one's gonna believe that you're a numbers.
You know what I mean?
38.5 on that turf. That's
dude.
It's gonna be
at some point they're gonna be fit. At some point, Danuch is gonna figure it out. And look, only 2 teams had over 300 yards last week: the Defenders and the Dragons. The Sea Dragons and the Defenders are the best 2 teams in the league. Don't pay attention to the record book right now, Green. All right.
Yeah, and let's get to it because on Sunday, the first game, 10 a.m. They are keeping us in the NFL programming window. St. Louis, the Battlehawks, they're 2-0, and they feel like the team most set to regress here and take a step back.
They're the biggest outlier, right?
They're only plus 350 to win the championship. Meanwhile, DC, the Defenders, hopefully they let the beer snake go this week. They're plus 275, odds on favorite to win the championship. Laying 2 points here, minus 135 on the money line. Battlehawks plus 115. 37 is the total. DC, I mean, what did we say about Reggie Barlow before the season? The guy's been
undervalued as a coach.
He is by far the best coach in the situation.
And Greg Williams is a beast.
Why have the Battlehawks had 3 road games? Is there a monster truck conference in St. Louis? What's going on?
They don't have the same scheduling software, so they just had to ask Bob in
they
accounting.
Found February to be a lot more crime, a lot more murders. In St. Louis.
It's like when the Lakers and Clippers had to go on the road it's the Spurs because of the rodeo. This is the St. Louis must be having the rodeo right now. So
but this is the real, like the other ones. No one showed up at the other games. All right, DC actually has a crowd. I got a text message of a buddy that sent me a photo of a bag of lemons. And he said, "We're loading up this weekend. The lemon party's happening at Aldi Field."
Don't Google lemon party.
Relax.
That's an all-time not on the Google list.
That's gonna be like when the internet turns into the real metaverse. The lemon party is gonna be like the secret passcode to get into the speakeasy. If you know what I mean.
But the thing is, I've seen some stuff with this AJ McCarron. I mean, I've seen an ability to close out some games, to win, to over. He's doing it for his sons.
I'm trying to help you here. You're having a lucky 2 weeks here in the Extreme Football League. I'm trying to help you here.
I've had some time to think about it, and this is actually genius from AJ McCarron. Obviously, the education down there in Alabama may be better than I thought it was, because he's flat out spinning him not being good enough to be in the NFL and having to play in the XFL is choosing to do something for his children. And he's a hero for it. You're doing it. You bought in. Ever since your Dr. Phil appearance, you're getting more on the fields, and you're buying it. You're like, wow, this AJ McCarron, he's a good guy. Not playing in the NFL to make to give his kids something to remember. You're not good enough to be in the NFL, buddy. And you got lucky 2 times in a row. He's been trailing.
I'm going with DC. Their defense is legit, and again, you're bringing that Greg Williams defense.
Why is this number only 2, Colby?
That's what scares.
Well, because the Battlehawks have been a team that, and they come from behind, and this is the only home field. Well, probably St. Louis when we see next week, but that we know this season will actually make a difference. This place was rocking, and it's only going to get a little bit worse come Sunday afternoon when the lemon party happens at Aldi Field.
Colby, really, we might have, I mean, we might be off YouTube. I don't know if you guys are still seeing us.
Battlehawks. I think this is how you play the Battlehawks. You fade them this week because it's a look ahead to their first home game, and then next week you go all in on the Battlehawks because that is going to be their time to shine.
How many do they have? 3 home games in a row?
Well, next week they're hosting Arlington. You hammer that. Then they're hosting DC.
That's messed up.
And then they're in Vegas.
3 road games or 3, and then they're back on the road for 2 in a row. I mean, the St. Louis got really hosed with the schedule. It seems like. Yeah. Good thing they're winning these close games.
You know what they're calling that stadium? Tub Girl, right?
Oh wow, Jesus Christ!
Bringing back all the hits, Colby.
Nobody goes into the Tub Girl and gets a dub. All right.
Yeah, here you can get 2 girls, 1 cup there.
Hey, speaking of the internet has a lot of bad stuff, but a lot of awesome stuff like Talkify. That's right. Talkify is the #1 modern matchmaking service that is designed to help you achieve relationship success. Imagine you hit up Talkify, they do your interview. Hey, what are you really into? I'm really into the XFL. Then you don't have to be matched up with girls that are into the USFL or into the NFL, God forbid. You can be matched up with other hot singles in your area that are also into the Extreme Football League. Now, I'm obviously joking around. No women are into the XFL, but Talkify is here to help you find your match. 80% of their clients met their person within their first 12 matches. 80%. Can you imagine if a quarterback in the XFL was completing passes at 80%? He'd be unstoppable. Ben DiNucci, he's fixing games at 100%, so you can't quite get up to that performance. But again, if you were betting on something that had an 80% chance of hitting, you would consider that a lead pipe lock, and that's why you got to check out Talkify.
XFL is owned by Wobbit, Sean.
Oh, really? Well, congratulations. Maybe you can. That would be awesome.
That's one fan.
Yeah. I don't know if she's on Talkify or not, or if she's single. But if she was, could you imagine that? And dating the owner of the XFL?
Did you know where? Honestly, did you know where Pamela Anderson started her career?
In Canada.
With the British Columbia Lions. She was a fan at the game and she cheered on the Jumbotron. And next thing you know, she's doing Labatt Blue commercials.
So you never know. Maybe you can meet maybe you're living in Canada and you can meet the next Pam Anderson. It's all up to you.
Shout out to all the alt football girls out there.
It's all up to you and your Talkify journey. Right now, Talkify is offering our listeners 20% off when you become a client over at Talkify.com/SGPN. That's TAWKIFY.com/SGPN for 20% off when you become a client. That's Talkify.com/SGPN.
And I will do a Labatt Blue commercial if the company wants. Is that they're still a beer? I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. Canada's still around.
Moosehead. When's the last time you had a Moosehead?
Never.
You never had a Moosehead?
Never had a Moosehead.
Oh, you're killing me. Got to get up there.
Yeah, it sounds like something Courtney Love would put in her pants. All right. Let's move 1 p.m. So again, they're staying in the normal football science, keeping our body clocks right. This is a real shit game here, guys, and we're already in a shit league. So this is like shit squared. Orlando Guardians, who they don't have anyone. I can't wait to hear the reports of practice this week. I assume it's not going well. Arlington, the Renegades, who have not exactly looked like a good team, yet somehow they're plus 650. I don't know if they know how the divisions work, but Arlington very clearly the worst team.
I'm going to make a case that they're the worst team in the league.
Really? Anyway, Arlington's laying 8.5 here somehow. Minus 425 on the money line, plus 340 for the Guardians. 37 is the total. Guardians somehow their future odds went from 15-1 to 16-1 only. Meanwhile, Arlington now 650 after being 4-1 last week. Feels like that price is going to continue to plummet. So even with a win here.
So Kyle Sloter, did he sleep with? I don't know, Bob Stoops or Jonathan Hayes' wife. I'm not sure.
You think it's a Delonte West situation?
It might be something we got going there because when you look,
Jameis Winston, why is Sloter not coming? Do we expect to see a Sloter Sunday, Colby?
I mean, I expected last Sunday. The first pass of the game, Drew Plitt to a pick, and I was like, okay. And this offense has the least amount of first downs in the entire XFL. They only put up what? They only had 125 yards of offense last, 2.4 yards per play. Dude, you gotta take Orlando. Orlando week 1 was actually able to move the ball.
I love
They were actually able to move the ball.
I love this. The Sharps, the square sharps like Colby are on the Guardians. Give me the Renegades. This Orlando team is on autofit.
No,
We live in a country, Colby, where they allow you, the government allows you to bet against guys like Paxton Lynch, guys like Francois, whoever is their third string
Quentin
quarterback.
Dormandy from Tennessee.
Quentin Dormandy.
It's a great name.
We're gonna storm the beaches of Dormandy, Sean.
Every one of those guys I'm looking to fade. I understand Arlington hasn't lit up the scoreboard. I understand they have the fewest first downs in the league. I understand both these defenses are really bad. Give me Arlington at home. Sloter sees the field. He puts up some points. And again, in the same way yes, I'm breaking news. We will see Kyle Sloter this Sunday at some point in the game.
Sean, if your offense smells like a pile of shit, it's probably a pile of shit.
Okay.
You know
And I
mean?
assume you're talking about the Guardians.
No, their offense moved the ball week 1. Week 2, they had their struggles, but guess what? Terrell Buckley woke up, and I think he woke up a changed man because he didn't cut anyone on that roster. I think that he had a heart-to-heart in that locker room.
Realize he was the problem.
Realized he was the problem. He regretted that interview, and that is why the Guardians are going to guard high. All right,
Guard high. You had me until there.
they're going to win.
So we're really going to lay 8.5 points.
Dude, I think it's a money line play. I think it's a money line play with Terrell Buckley.
I think Arlington didn't look horrible against the best team in the league, Houston, last week. So
125 yards of offense. Explain to me how that looks good.
That's great point.
That's fair. But again, I'm projecting Drew Plitt will be taken out of the game.
I expected that last game didn't happen.
Sal Cannella is going to have a huge game. Look for him.
He had a huge game. He scored. He had 70 yards of their 125 yards.
All right, so Orlando scored 12 points in both their games.
Yeah, but they had a great offensive output the first game.
And the Arlington Renegades put up 14 and 22.
But 14 was all the first game they had 2 pick sixes.
Yeah. So how they're going to cover? How are they going to cover the points? Don't we just smash the under here?
Orlando's defense is really bad. Kramer, I'm assuming you're on Orlando plus 8.5.
Hold on, hear me out here. Both teams just played Houston, right?
Yes. Convince
the
me.
Renegades had 125 yards of offense. You know what the Guardians did? 303 yards of offense.
Yards don't win you games in the XFL. Extreme football wins you games in the XFL.
I'm just telling you, the Guardians, I think, are look right now. I think the worst team is the Arlington Renegades.
All right,
until they go to Sloter, because I thought Sloter was going to be in last week. Clearly, there's something happened with Sloter.
There is something in the locker room. Is it? What do you think it is? Like something?
I think Sloter might have pulled a Kevin Costner.
Got in the Stoops cupboard.
Yeah. Stoops was at practice.
He's stooping around.
Yeah,
that does make a lot of sense. He is a gunslinger. We know that gunslingers like to put their dick on record.
Is that a fact?
Well, the older listeners will remember Brett Favre. He's now most famous for a financial scandal in the state of Mississippi, but
or calling out McAfee, suing McAfee.
Right? We knew him as a gunslinger who used to send pictures of his dick via SMS. 5P. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'm taking Paxton. I think this is just going to be so low scoring. Like this is a 9-6 game. Under is my real play, but Sean would never let me officially play a total. He insists I remain a spread guy. I don't feel very free over here to be a totals guy like you, Colby. San Antonio heads to Houston, and remember they head to these places together on the same plane. 5 p.m. on the West Coast. We got some Sunday night football here, Sean. The Brahmas 8-1 to win it all. Don't like that price at all compared to the Sea Dragons, but the Houston Roughnecks 330. They just continue on from their iteration in 2020, laying 4 points here. Minus 190 on the money line. Brahmas plus 160. 36.5 is the total. Brahmas are a team I can only look to at home.
No,
that's a great tout. That's a great way to pick something.
Jack Cones looked better than I thought. Honestly, I don't know where this.
Yeah, check down Cones doing it.
He's got a high percentage. They're running an easy offense for him. But Houston Roughnecks and this defense they're legit. The defense is legit. I'm all over the Roughnecks at home. Again, they have not lost a game in XFL 2.0 or XFL 3.0. So if you expect me to fade them at home, you're crazy.
I'm gonna push.
Please tell me you're on the Brahmas.
I'm gonna push back on Sean.
You're
here
on the
because
Brahmas. Great, thank you.
You know why? Because
Jesus
Houston's
Christ.
played the 2 worst teams, so it's diluting
Sure,
their
and
stats.
and
Everyone thinks they're the best thing since fucking the '85 Bears, and all of a sudden,
I don't think anyone's saying that.
all of a sudden, the Bears.
Ditka versus the Roughnecks.
Mini Ditka versus.
But the Brahmas have been good. They probably should be 2-0. They had that heartbreak in San Antonio at the Riverwalk there against the Battlehawks. Then they go on the road to Orlando, get it done, block a punt for a touchdown.
How many points did Houston give up against Arlington? How many points did the defense give up versus Arlington? Was there a 2 defensive touchdowns in this game?
No.
Is it 1 defensive touchdown?
Was it 1? I don't think there was any. Right?
No?
Am I crazy?
No, I'll dig it.
I don't think there was. Right?
I'll dig it up. No, you're right. There was not.
And so I think San Antonio is actually legit. I think their ground game has been good, and I think that's what's going to be interesting to see if they can attack on the ground because the Roughnecks defenses look really good.
Yes,
but
amazing
it
pass rush, and I love that amazing pass rush against Jack Cohn, a lawn chair of all lawn chairs who hasn't been tested. When he sees that Houston Roughnecks, I mean, this is a historic XFL pass rush we're talking about, Colby. I can't believe you're fading them, especially at home.
They weren't impressive last week to me. I mean, the defensive line was, but the team was not.
Okay, the defensive line was impressive. I get it. Their offense isn't lighting it up. But again, this is going to be like a 17-6 game.
Brahmas are the better team. Hines Ward, he's got me buying in. I haven't forgot Wade Phillips and what he did to us.
He's got to look into that bee sting allergy or whatever is going on.
He's got a puffy face. Fred Durst is saying Houston is overrated. Well, Fred, I don't know if you should be one to cast aspersions saying that anything's overrated.
Winning franchise.
Houston is rolling, as you would say, Fred. And I don't see them stopping. How can you take the team that has not lost in the XFL? How can you fade them when you're only getting 4 points?
Oh, it's a perfect spot because they've played trash, Sean. All right, this is like when the Eagles play the Redskins and the Giants back-to-back weeks. It's an easy breeze through.
You
can't
only beat
gauge how good they are. You know what I mean?
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, I'm on Houston. Obviously, big Roughneck fan. Shout out to the
so
Roughnecks.
easy money. This is one of the easiest things.
I'm actually going to say we should parlay the Brahmas with the Guardians, and I'll see you in victory lane. All right.
I've been sitting here.
It's a good time to remind people about responsible gambling. If you're going to be throwing out stuff like that, Colby. I'm all for crazy parlays, but
Sean sounded a lot like Charles. All right, and I didn't realize
you're overloading my pleasure centers and hijacking my pleasure centers with these.
The steering wheel was just taking
parlays.
The steering wheel was just taking you to the Houston Roughnecks facilities.
It's taking me over to the same game parlay.
Come back, Sean.
It's a Dr. Phil reference in case you guys are wondering.
Check out the Dr. Phil watch party on the SGPN TV app. Download it. iTunes. Questionable Bets checking in. What's up, boys? Glad I just found this. Well, shout out to you, Questionable Bets. We're having a ton of fun. Hopefully you watch the entire.
Stacking the money. McGreen's making a couple questionable bets himself.
I'd like to make a change.
Okay. Wow. Breaking news.
Give me the Arlington Renegades. I can't. I can't stare down the barrel of Fuente is all over. The stink of Fuente is all over this Guardians team. I can't do it. I mean, we talked even about fading teams that get off to a slow start because all these teams suck and there's variance, and this would stand out as a game you'd want to target because plus 340. I don't give a shit.
But also, you have to find the team that completely sucks and their coach has no idea what they're doing. That's the Orlando
Clearly,
Guardians.
They're not playing Slaughter. There's one team that is idiotic.
Wait till you see Sunday.
Breaking news: Slaughter Saturdays has retired and Slaughter Sundays has risen.
Ooh.
From Ash to I don't know.
He signed with the USFL team.
If J Mark's in the chat, feel free to break the news.
Yeah, J Mark reporting.
What is he reporting?
No, I'm just saying we got to get him on because he's our legit reporter.
For Brian Scott, he's an Argo.
Brian Scott, congrats to Brian Scott, friend of the program. He is a Toronto Argonaut, so congrats.
Subscribe to the CFL Gambling Podcast.
I mean, Colby's on fire.
Hey, time for the lock and dog, brought to you by sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBet. Kramer, what do you got for the people? You Gonna lock up the Sea Dragons for a third week in a row.
Lock up the Sea Dragons, baby.
Okay.
Dog. Just parlay Houston and DC on the money line.
So a money line parlay.
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
Really?
For me, lock Houston -4. I mean, come on, guys. You notice a pattern here?
Well,
And for my dog, give me the Vegas Vipers
No,
getting
what?
the outright win on Saturday against the Sea Dragons.
do we have a dragon sound we can make?
Colby, what's your lock in your money line dog?
We're locking up the Guardians plus 8.5.
No,
Yep.
Colby.
Sprinkle
No.
that money line parlay.
No, Colby.
The Guardians and the Brahmas.
No.
Parlay it. Let's go.
On the money line?
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna pay nice.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are just sitting over here. People want to. They come to the podcast to hear winners. All right.
Yes, that's why I gave out 4 winners
They want
like I did
value.
last
All
year.
right. First of all, my 2-team money line parlay is gonna play plus 165. Colby's. This is just completely diabolical. Is gonna pay plus 1,044.
I'll see you at the winner's circle.
That is such a bad play, Colby.
So I will see you at the winner's circle.
Hey, a lot of fun talking XFL. Make sure to check out. We've been doing a ton of conference tournament preview podcasts. This is March. We got some big March Madness contests coming up. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the contest. Download the SGPN app. Toss us a nice rating and review over on Apple Podcasts. Going to be randomly giving away some gift cards here. Get yourself a sweet first half unders t-shirt.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green, and he is Ryan.
That might have been the worst pick we've ever had on the show.
Kramer. Let it ride.